Transformation in 3, 2, 1.
Hi everybody. These readings are good for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, wherever you find them in your chart. They're good for whenever, wherever you find them. Energy is fluid, it's always moving. There is no real such thing as time, just like there's no up in space. So take what you need and leave the rest. And check out your other signs because there might be messages in there for you. Hey everybody, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for being here. So glad you're here. We're going to start by getting you a rune. This reading is for the sign of Aries, wherever you find it in your chart, which we all have because Aries is first house. Energy, ancestors, spirits, guys. What messages do you have for the sign of Aries who are watching this reading now and in the future? Jera, the harvest, all that hard work that you've done, it's going to be completely worth it. You see that little C and the other like backwards C and they're connecting like this? It's like all of the things that you put forth your effort into, all of the things that you worked hard for. There's also this idea of maybe a year. So you could have been working on a project for a year. Something could have happened last year, this time, whatever time you're watching, go back to that and examine, how life has changed. What did you set up for yourself a year ago? What are you setting up for yourself now that will be ready to harvest in a year? Things take some time. And I know as Aries, I'm an Aries sun and I have a lot of Aries in my chart, a lot. And I know that sometimes when we get an idea, we get excited about something and that fire is going, that passion is rearing, we're ready to go. We want instant gratification. We want the thing to happen right now. But of course, that doesn't always happen. And sometimes when things come in very quickly, they leave just as quickly or they're not built on a stable foundation. And so being the leaders of the zodiac and ruled by the god of war, we have a very strategic streak within us. And I know that you have been working really, really hard and have a plan and are being very strategic about how you're approaching things and how, the steps that you're taking. And from an outside, I'm feeling like from an outside view, people might be like, what the heck are you doing? What's going on there? But you've been setting yourself up for greatness. And thou shalt always reach for greatness. What is this? Two of Cups. And it could be you and someone else. It could be you and a soulmate. I saw this at 2:11, right, on my timer. Two of Cups is soulmate energy. It's finding that person that you vibe with. This could be a business partner. This could be a love interest. This could be a dear friend. Right, this is like two people who are working hard together to accomplish the same goal, a similar goal. If that goal is in friendship, then there's a lot of respect between those people. There's a lot of giving, loving, caring, I'm here for you, you're here for me, that kind of energy. Same thing with a spouse. It's about that equal give and take, and two people who really, or not necessarily a spouse, but in a romantic sense, right? This is somebody who's really on your level, moving towards the same thing. You have a lot of love and care for each other, right? And there's definitely there's an affection here. And even if it's a business partner, it's like it's a little bit more than just business partners. And I don't mean in like a carnal or seedy way. I mean like you actually have a soulmate bond with the person that you're working with, and you both have a passionate desire to uplift the project, to achieve the goal, to get the company into the next space or the project into the next space that it's supposed to be. And you're doing that with loving consideration of the other in whatever facet, whatever capacity. It's like that loving relationship with the other. And then I'm seeing this in Jera. They're loving each other, and then it's almost like these two shapes are kind of like hugging each other. So that's very interesting. What else? What about this Two of Cups? What else is coming up for Aries? Four of Wands in the reverse, Two of Swords. Okay, this is interesting, especially like there could have been something that may have been blocking a partnership or standing in the way of something you and another are trying to do. Four of Wands in the reverse is like discord in the home, right? Some might call it homeless, others might call it home free. That doesn't mean that you're losing your living space. What that means is that there isn't a place to put your feet on the ground, whether that be in a project, whether that be in a relationship, whether that be in whatever capacity it is, the place that you find home, like soulmate, soul tribe, right? Where's your home? Where do you feel at home? And there's some sort of discord within that space. And realizing that is definitely lifting blockages. Here's Two of Swords in the reverse. Now we have two twos and a four. And this Jera, right? Something that you've been working. So if go back to the year, right, what were you doing last year, maybe in your home space? Were you getting ready to move? Were you redecorating? Were you rearranging things to make it more practical for you? And how does that affect what's happening now in your space? Are you trying to make space for a partner to come in? Do you have to move your desk over there so that you can fit another desk in the office so that you two can work together? It's about removing those blockages that kept that space in discord, or kept it unavailable. What else, Spirit? All right. So, very interesting because two are facing one way and others facing the other way. And it's like the magician here coming out and this is your energy, Aries. This is Aries, Virgo, Gemini. It's Mercury meets action, right? And that's you, the mercurial, the magic, the knowing, what to do and then activating it. You are the magic, you are that activation, and being able to do this because maybe there was a feeling of being left out, not having enough. This is poverty mindset, right? And it's kind of like, again, that four of wands. Maybe you didn't have enough to get the space that you want. Maybe your budget didn't include the thing that you need or the expansion, right? So there's a heavy burden there, but maybe by, again, moving into a different space or accommodating yourself, finding a different accommodation, right? Through that magic that you possess, the burdens are lifted. It's like letting go of something because you know that it isn't what you need to carry. And you're not the only person who's dealing with this or the only person who is affected by this. And so you're really putting forth the effort here to resolve that. What's on the bottom? Three of Swords. So you got the Two of Cups out here. You have the Magician, the Four of... There could be somebody, something that happened. It's very heartbreaking, right? They're passing notes. Do you see that? He's like passing her a note behind the thing. People could be, of course, spreading rumors or saying things behind, working together behind someone else's back. And that could be very painful, right? Information could be being shared with one and not the other. In this type of a relationship where there's two people who are soul bonded, if someone is talking shit in this person's ear, that person is going to go tell their soulmate. They are going to make contact with them about it and share this because they don't want for there to be this burden or this feeling of being left out. How you handle this is up to you. Where you're at in this stack is going to vary depending on who you are in this situation. But I think that there is a call here definitely to consider the investments that you've made, how they've been working out for you, and do you need to make adjustments, not just with them, with others? What's going on in the background, right? Is there a manipulative energy that's trying to keep you in a position where you aren't able to sustain what you're standing on? Knock you off your course. What is happening here? Tell me about the Two of Cups, please, Spirit. Tell me about the Two of Cups. Six of Swords. Very interesting too. 2 + 4 = 6. And we have Cups, Wands, and Air. Cups, Wands, and Swords coming out here. Heart, passion, and air. Listen, if the heart space isn't feeling passionate or comfortable in the space that it's in, it's time for it to look forward in a different direction and move away from... I'm hearing salty waters. Somebody could be a little bit salty. Somebody could be a little bit resentful about this, but that's not, that's for them to work out, right? Somebody could be resentful that there is a loving relationship that it's time to take action on. Four of Swords in the reverse. It's like you sat on this long enough. We can go back to the year. This reading is getting a little longer than I had anticipated, but there's a lot here for you, Aries. Very active. Tell me about this Magician, this Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands in the reverse, please. There you are. Male or female, Queen of Wands energy in the upright, standing in your confidence, regaining your confidence. And what's interesting too is here's the Star, right? Aquarian energy in the reverse. It's like a loss of direction, like realizing that something isn't healing. Here's a nurse here reading like maybe the diagnosis, maybe what's happening, you know, really assessing the situation and deciding what burdens need to be let go of because something isn't going to heal or there isn't any hope. Maybe it's time for you to change your direction, take the confident lead role, right? Change the direction of that space, make the new hopes, the new dreams, right? As I say that, it's the Fool on the bottom in reverse. Again, like you're showing out in this reading in different ways. Here's, again, Aries energy with the Aquarius energy, right? That's what this is. And then also the Mercurial aspects, the Magician aspects of Aries here coming out. Like you can do this, right? But it's the it's the Fool with the Three of Swords. The Fool in reverse with the Three of Swords. It's like, you ain't playing me. Ain't nobody playing Aries. All right. And here's the kicker. They might be expecting you to respond a certain way, but you aren't anybody's fool. You're not going to act foolish. You're not going to take any unnecessary risks. You're not going to start on something new that's destined to leave you out. You're really looking at the diagnosis of this and moving forward in a different direction, not necessarily, and say like starting on something brand new. Yes, looking at something in a very different way. And if it's something that needs to not continue, you're using your smarts about this. You're using your smarts about this. It's like, if this isn't healing me, if this isn't the direction that I need to be going, this is what you're saying to yourself, right? You're going to reconfigure the direction that you need to go to maximize your harvest, to feel the most productive out of the state that you're in, the place that you're in, the investments that you're making. What is this about, Spirit? This is Ganesha. Ganesha. Understanding the revelation. Yeah, if you had some 1133. I feel like if you had some kind of little aha moment, big aha moment, and oh shit, during this reading or coming up in the future, there is a whole, it's like revealing, right? A revelation, like and it changes your understanding of the situation. You're starting to understand it a lot better. And I think other people are starting to understand you a lot better and what you will and will not tolerate or will and will not do, because you are after your ultimate fulfillment here. And you've been working hard on it, and that's what you're going to get. You're going to get the harvest of your labors here. Right. Ancestors, spirits, guides. It's like very interesting too, because it's like this eye, and then he is like reading this map. You see that? He's reading this. I feel like you're going to be getting, look, you're going to be getting some kind of information passed to you, privately to you, like, hey, don't tell everybody about, and you're going to be looking at that and thinking, how can I fix that, right? Really? How do you get to the place of fulfillment from despair, from like, this is a sick spot here, it needs health and healing, this is a healthy space here, fulfilled. You know, maybe you're looking at it differently. Maybe you're looking at it from a different perspective. Yeah, underneath that was positive outlook. Really, you know, this isn't getting you down. This is actually picking you up because it's giving you something to work with. Now you understand why there was discord in the home, or the space wasn't working out the way that you wanted it to. Now you understand the steps that you need to take to do that. And you understand that it's actually to your benefit to make those adjustments. What a revelation. Wow. Ancestor spirits, guys. There's the messages on abundance from the universe. Mike Dooley, you got 2. Oh, how beautiful. And it's like the sun and the moon, the night and the day. All right, it says, let the status symbols you seek most be self-made adventures that excite you at dawn, challenges you by day, and surprise you by night. Self-made being the operative word. Creatorhood rocks the universe. Yes, the things that you are making, the things that you are creating, that you have planted, cultivated, and worked hard to raise up, right? Oh, it says when you want what you want because you know it's possible. If it wasn't, you wouldn't. This is powerful. Embrace it. For whatever else you believe or don't believe, this belief alone can take you the distance. And what you want wants you. So I'll repeat that one more time. You want what you want because you know it's possible. And if it wasn't possible, you wouldn't want it. So keep going after those dreams. Keep going after those hopes. Keep going after those wishes. Keep that positive outlook and keep your eyes, keep your eyes on the prize, Aries. And remember that strategy that you might have to implement in order to get to the harvest that you seek. Okay, I hope that was helpful. I hope that you got something out of it. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for remembering to hit like and subscribe if this resonated with you, if my vibe resonated with you. And thanks for coming back and seeing us again next time. Bye.
Transformation in 3, 2, 1.